boyz. Welcome on back to Total War Warhammer 3 and part 19 of our Wurzzag the Great Green Prophet campaign. In today's episode, we are here not to face off against the Tomb Kings. That was a horrible, horrible defeat. They basically just charged in with the chariots and slaughtered all of the Savage Orcs. They didn't even really put up much of a fight at all. It was quite pitiful. So we've come on ahead to the Golden Order, where Kurt, Dog Burglar, has actually sacked one of our settlements, Frank Hills, and he's trying to flee on away, but he has been caught by Rachnik Spiderclaw and the Hill Gobos. So it's time to deliver some punishment. Let's get to it. Alright, let's dive on into this ambush here. And if you are enjoying the series, go ahead and remember to leave a like for Light God and a sub for the sub thumb. Those really do help out. I think I want my artillery pieces up on this cliff. They have actually a pretty good opportunity to be blasting apart our own gobos, but I don't mind that at all. That'll be quite funny. We're going to set the artillery up here, and I'm actually going to attempt to go for... So if you... it's Alt right-click, you can tell them exactly where to fire, and we can see if we can bombard a specific area and get maximized damage. It's something we have to try to work on. We've got lots of trading to do with our micro. Let's go ahead and throw the Hill Gobos in. I want them to basically be in the Knights' faces as soon as they can. So let's grab all my infantry. I want to know where they're all at. Archers, trolls, and then our skirmish cab, which we're going to kind of keep on this side here. I'm going to keep the Squig Hoppers next to our artillery in case they try anything funny. And we'll have the Arachnarok kind of up front to take that charge. Spider is incredible, so we'll have Arachnarok, we'll have Hill Gobos. Back just far enough where we can actually fire on the enemy with our archers, like the Rusty Arrows here, which will drop the armor of those knights quite substantially. I think this is the one time I would have taken the winged ammo for the extra range. Just got wee little arms. Unless the enemy actually moves towards us, we're going to miss the majority of those shots, unfortunately. I will bring some more on to this angle here. Adds forward a bit more, and then we'll have some Skulkers next to. That way, if they either try to flank, we can just drop down these smoke bombs and stop those knights cold. More Hill Gobos over here. And then Skulkers hiding amongst them as well. Quite like that combo. We'll have Rachnik ready to dive in and take down the enemy lord. He's probably hiding amongst here somewhere. We'll throw some river trolls into the center, as well as some good old troll hags as well. Want to be able to spirit leech the enemy lord as soon as he shows up. We'll have Rachnik up on this hill, and then right here and behind the units on the other side there. Because we can even drop down a Curse of the Bad Moon and really hamper all of the melee defense and speed of those knights. We can pretty much have everywhere we want them. Let's grab our infantry. We'll keep the river trolls with them. No one on guard mode I don't want. We'll have the range units all together. Cavalry with... I don't know why I like to split them up, but they're all fixed now. And then we've got all of our heroes. I want Rachnik and the Spider close to one another. I'm not going to be able to micro fast enough to get all these spells cast, but let's dive on in. Have them bombard here instead, and then we'll go ahead and drop in some good old nasty troll vomit. You boys go after these pistoliers. Almost time for the smoke bombs. We'll go ahead and dive the nasty skulkers in. Good old troll vomit. Like a spirit leech on this clown here, and actually you guys can head on around. We'll bring the lava spiders down into the fray there, troll hag. Or drop a Curse of the Bad Moon behind. Hopefully our units don't advance too far forward here. We'll put them... Perfect. Curse of the Bad Moon's dropping on out. Let's go ahead and take this unit down. We'll have our archers come around. They're bombarding a certain area. They're just not hitting anyone anymore, which is great, but not. Go ahead and drop the melee attack everyone here. Drop some spiders in, because you got a bit overextended. Go ahead and bonk the enemy lord on the forehead. Oh yeah, excellently done here. You keep chasing them off. We'll have the Hill Gobos fall back. Drop in some spiders here. Looks like the knights are all going to switch targets to our spiders, which is not great. Let's go ahead and fall back. Squig Hoppers, go ahead and help out. My brother, I need you to escape. Miscast. More melee damage here. I figured the spider hatchets would help out more than they did. Wigs go after the weakened knights. Let the armor-piercing arrows really do the work to the others. Artillery teams are having to keep up. They're not doing the best job of it either. Drop a Spirit Leech down. No, you know what? The Pistoliers are fine. Bring you back. Probably go for a Spirit Leech instead. Smoke Bomb. Go ahead and dive in to help out. Otherwise, you're just going to be getting shot with arrows. No one enjoys that. Lore of Death. Spiders to help out. There we go. They're going to catch in with some of our spiders, and our skirmishers taking a little bit more damage than I expect. They got real aggressive towards our skirmish cavalry there at the end. One of those where they figured they were going to lose already. There we go. There's the victory. All right, well, we've got lots of ELVES to go ahead and hunt down. I'm going to catch you all in a moment. Spider bites. Right, a decisive win, 66 of our own lost, and Karak felt the bite of a halberd for a moment, but we have sent the Dog Burglar back to the kennel, and we are going to go ahead and, I think, probably a good idea just to take the extra experience for now. And Durthu has come on over to attack the Bloody Hands. Can we win this one without taking too many losses? The answer to that question is a hefty no. But I'm actually thinking that we would lose this battle otherwise. Simply because Durthu can heal the trees. So what we're going to do is actually take the auto-resolve here. We're going to lose a couple ROR units and some of our most beefy, but I think it's going to be worth it. We're going to Durthu. It's one of those where it's a trap to stay in and keep fighting it. And we'll take the slaughtering of the captives. That way, our next units we recruit on in actually have some experience. Works for me. Especially since we now have to deal with King Intef, who has made his incursion quite personal. Swindler. Several of them. Oh, well, we got the defeated Durthu on Zugrak now, so flaming attacks would fight against Wood Elves, which is awesome. I wish he gave it to the entire army, but that would be probably a bit too powerful. Vermes did come on in, but he didn't decide to attack the stone mine. And we've got Egamon. Maybe those gobos is deserving of some respect and some encouragement. 3 more leadership, 10% more replenishment rate, and some physical resistance for all of our Goblin and Night Goblin units. Only the infantry variant, though. You reach Vermes. Kind of the biggest challenge to decide here is if our units in Ekron can actually hold out against the undead. We do have some deck gunners. These zombie pirate mob are borderline useless. We do have deck gunners. A lot of cavalry, too, but I mean, this is just a horrifying army. Full of constructs and very, very mean skeleton chariots. Whole heap of charge bonus and anti-infantry weapon strength. Well, we're going to try to ignore them for now. Let's find Wurzzag. Imric has made his incursion to the Black Crag. Interesting. This is one of our most potent settlements, so if they take it out, we're in pretty bad way. Alright, let's find Wurzzag. We got one more turn before our Savage Giants arrive, so Imric might have a time to take down Black Crag. We'll see. We've got to let the Savage Giants come on in, though. Icky, your ambush worked out just fine, but you can't reach something yet. Makes me quite sad. We'll scoot on in and start raiding in the Calador lands. They want to come out and fight. This is a pretty terrifying army. One of our most elite.
Anything you say.
Rachnik. And we increase the gobos anymore? No, we're about as much as we can. Get back here. It's probably not a bad call. So we can start working down towards the gold tier. Sneaky Stabas giving our goblins even more resistance, which we definitely need. Zograk, your win against Durthu was legendary. We'll go ahead and give you the route march if you can move a bit further. We are absolutely going to need him to retreat. So Rachnik versus Balthazar. How do we think that would go? He's got Spirit Leech and Shims Burning, and then a Captain, and Balthazar himself. All of their lords and heroes would lose in a one-on-one with our mages, mostly because they're gigantic, stinky trolls. Let's grab a Zugrak here. We can have him initiate the battle, and obviously he's probably going to get nuked by Vermis. Also throw in a bunch of kind of sideways units here. Because even Night Goblins are going to perform just fine against the Skaven. The Moon Howlers are, they're all right. Let's see what Vermes is rolling with here. Let's scoop. We've got to defeat this Skaven army. I don't think King Intef can take down Ekron. Bitterstone Mine, he probably can, and he can reach that as well. We don't have a choice. We've got to go after the nuclear rats. Now that I say it, you know what? We can't go in the underway. That'll get us caught. We'll pull you into March Stance. You go to defend the Bitterstone Mine. If you get taken out, there's nothing really we can do. And then we'll have Fred go into an ambush stance. Not next to the Bitterstone Mine because I think it would fail. I don't mind beating King Intef on the field. We've got, I think our Squig Hoppers would do pretty well against, or Squig Herd would do pretty well against the Chariots. I'm scared he's just going to go after Ekron itself. Let's stay next to the Bitterstone so we can reinforce. I think that's a better call. So just in case he can reach. Oh, they're not going to actually reinforce? Oh, yeah, it looks like they should, so no problems there. Let's try to make some more gold then. Reknik. Jailing doesn't make you more tired in this one. Let's grab the combat. I think let's see. So I want to see how much more amp range we get, up to 138. But still not very respectable. It'd be great if we could get this army to come on over and reinforce, but they're staying back, probably on purpose. Balthazar doesn't have any of his scary spells, so it's probably a good idea to hit him now.
Who should we zap?
Balthazar Guild. He'll give us a valiant defeat. Do the mortars outrange our... No, they don't. Sweet. But we do have, even though these are not very accurate, we do have artillery advantage, and we can set up kind of behind here and force them to all come across this area, which would also slow down their knights. Would be awesome. Let's dive on in and throw down against the Golden Order. The battle. Okay. So yeah, no, we're going to absolutely set up on this side. It looks like their knights are all off over here, which makes sense. They can't really run through the woods very well, so they're going to try to not. You have the high ground pretty extremely, too. I just want to make sure I am launching rocks over at... So you know what, we might set up over here instead. Because we can have the Squigs hide in the woods. Squigs in the woods. And then we can have the Night Goblins in the woods as well. So let's go Night Goblins that have longer range, as well as the Rusty Arrows there. And actually, I do believe, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but you actually have a better chance of firing out of trees than you do firing in, because for a brief moment, your missiles have kind of no collision after they're fired. So you're able to fire out of trees quite a bit better than into them. So we're gonna try that out here. We'll have our skirmish cavalry. I kind of also want to hide them in the woods, but I think instead we'll just keep them off to the side. Catapults. Here. Gonna kill him. Hill Gobbos. Now our Hill Goblins are very heavily armored, but they're going to be very susceptible to magic. They have no spell resistance whatsoever. We definitely want to make sure our spellcasters are ready to cause some problems with the enemy as soon as they can. Ragnarok Queen up front to try to absorb some shots from the mortars. We're going to throw some nasty skulkers in the woods in front of the archers. Will be a nasty surprise for anyone thinking they can sneak up on them. Let's throw some more skulkers in the woods here. We can move them around. I think we'll want these other archers just to be hiding in the woods, ready to run on out. Since they don't have a lot of range, you kind of have to pick their engagements afterwards. Lads are ready. Put the guard mode. I'm going to have whatever scoot forward as much as we need to start blasting on those mortar teams, especially with the Hammer of Gork. Have in the woods, we'll have the Vicious Gobbo Champa and the other mages up front. Spirit Leeches are great to go on them as well because they will be able to shrug some of that damage off by healing. Goblins fitting the sides. No one can really get past the gauntlet of heroes and large units we have here. We've got our cavalry ready to go. Guard mode for the archers, and then everyone else. Beautiful. I actually think we're going to swing these guys back into the woods here. Be a bit sneaky. River trolls. Some in the center. Alright then, let's get this battle started. You start launching at those mortars, you start launching at the others, then we'll scoop the hill gobos forward. As far forward as we need to. I will also scoot up with you. Or maybe we can just go for the one from Kevin. Yeah, you gotta be really close. Never mind. Shoot the mortars at my gigantic beast. Go for it. I dare you. Some really good hits from our rocks. All back here with the hill gobos. You're at least going down on the Arachnarok Queen. Interesting strategy. We can drop down the Trickster Shard here and start some miscast. As rocks fly in, destroying the mortar teams. Well done, lads. And even the ones that are missing, taking out some flagellants. The mortars are firing back. Who are they going after? It's like the trolls in the center. An interesting strategy. We can shrug that off pretty well. Let's go for a Spirit Leech. I'm going to just run in and be disrespectful. Let's take down that Amethyst Wizard. Even getting caught in a battle, the River Troll Hag is not really going to care. Oh, another Spirit Leech going down on the Arachnarok. Let's wait. We can drop an Overcast one because you don't have to get quite as close. And give it to the Light Wizard. They're trying everything they can. They're actually getting some good hits on our trolls. Let's go ahead and move them around so they're not getting blasted for no reason. Just give them kind of a shift combination of orders. Go ahead and fall back. Looks like they're going to flee, so drop down the Spirit Leech on the Amethyst Wizard and fall on back yourself. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and push everyone forward. Make sure the trolls are really up front there. Dueling with the enemy artillery is going very well. They've got a small smidgen of damage down, but that's nothing. We can't heal up. Perfect. Good old Vomit Breath doing all sorts of damage. Head up and do the same to these Empire Knights here. We'll go ahead and pull you back a bit. Actually, the Empire Knight is caught. Our Troll Hag. He only thinks this is a good idea. I've been caught by Knights. Dive some lads in to help. Pull back a bit there. Go for a Spirit Leech on the Empire Captain just to make them regret that a bit. Dive on, except for the Ractic, we need you out of that fight quite badly. Make sure Gelt and his company is not casting very well. We need some spiders. Can we throw them in behind the spearmen? Beautiful. Now we can try to sneak them through the line. Into the fray. Fighters in. You need to go ahead and try to take down one of these units here. Stop them from fleeing. We'll have the goblins go around. Go for some itchy nuisance on this big group. In fact, we can go for a Curse of the Bad Moon. Weaken everyone's melee potential. Throw in some spiders around behind. Ractic is fleeing, that's alright. He's not necessarily very brave anyway. Go after those crossbowmen in the back line. Hill gobos dive in, do some damage. Do back just a smidge. We can make sure our... Oh, she's already got them well broken. Well, then take out the back line there. Some of our trolls are fleeing, that's fine. Fighters, come on back. Go after these crossbows. have them take down some of those heavily armored infantry units there. Big hoppers come on down as well.
Nasty skulkers! I'll kill everyone.
Archers come on back forward.
Gotta stab 'em.
These archers moving on towards the enemy lines there.
I'll do it. Ready.
We'll make sure we can get a Spirit Leech off on the Amethyst Wizard, because Gelt is a bit too quick.
Right shaver. Please go bones.
A bit surrounded here, so let's go ahead and drop armor and leadership on all these lads. Dive on into the fray. Good old Spider Queen.
Nasty skulkers.
Time to wah. I think that we can split it up for a while. Quick hoppers take down the archers there. Is Ragnik back? He is indeed, so we can come on back in. Drop in some more spiders even. No casting for you. Just here to be the fun police. The armored hoppers are annihilating the Amethyst Wizard. That's lovely to see. Still give Gelt a hug as well. Make sure we're not getting too much friendly fire in there. I saw some of our own blasters doing damage to units they weren't supposed to be. Gelt, please. I don't think we're going to be able to catch him unless we bring in Squig Hoppers. You guys trying to chase down Gelt? Do what you can. Looks like the rest of his units are gone, except for the Flagellants here, who are just having the worst day. Great swords are already well and truly broken. I think it's just the Unbreakable units left. Grand deal. They're indeed blinded, so they're going to be fighting much worse than normal. Let's pull these Squig Hoppers away from them. Slow that advance. Get the good old Itchy Nuisance not doing as much damage and just finish him off the old-fashioned way. I'm going to chase down as many of these Yumis as I can, and I'm going to see you all in a moment. Alright, they'll give us a close victory there, but Gelt was absolutely smashed into the dirt. We only lost 300 of our Gobos, and they will be coming on back very quickly. They come from the hills and the trees. We're going to go ahead and, I think, pardon, or ransom, I guess, these captives for a bit of gold. If we can hunt down Gelt a second time for even more Wah points, we absolutely will. Another lucky Shrunken Head. That's awesome for every single one of our Shaman that get one. Shroom Gatherer. We gain Metal Storm, so the entire army gets 6 more armor, which actually doesn't help you in defeating Gelt, since he's all about armor-piercing spells, but that's just fine. We are so close to getting the Arachnarok Spiderweb. Just a bit further. One more level. Sneaky Stealin'. Does this actually jack magic from the enemy team? It does indeed. It is a magic stealing capabilities. Cool. Then we're going to ignore that, though, and grab Sneaky Stabbas. Got several gold tier Gobos. We can get them further. No problem. Having the Wizard. I think we'll just get the final point into spread control.
Now.
For our Troll Hags. I think getting some extra leadership effects is really a good idea for the Gobos. We'll get Slimy Shanks for... We can get closer to Arcane Conduits. Let's do that instead. Upgrade the Purple Sun so we can use it a bit more often and for cheaper. And how many of you actually have a Lucky Shrunken Head so we can... that word save to max? They both do. Sweet. Kevin has a Book of Asher. You got a Trickster Shard. Let's actually replace that with a Lucky Shrunken Head. I have him in battle more often than not, so let's make sure we have plenty of ward save. Sweet goodness. We got out of here, and we'll have Ragnik dive on against Balthazar. Should let us have it without too many losses here. 106. I guess that is not too bad. We'll grab the Slaughter this time. Wee bit of experience. A whole bunch more Followers. You can go right through Burning Pass. I think instead we'll come on back towards Varenka Hills. I'm going to let Skarsnik dive into the Empire, and we can kind of pull back and deal with Cetra as he moves on in. Excuse me. I was looking at Urska. Leadership is probably the best call. Or speed's not a bad one, but I think leadership. We're gonna make Urska more of a tanky paladin troll. That's the idea, at least. Dot Karaz, we can't mine any salt. There's so much merchants here in the Badlands. I figure we're very close to having our first short victory campaign. We just need to secure the Southern Badlands, which has Gronti, Mingle, Galbaraz, probably the Sunken Kernark. Western. Oh, because they have control of it again. Alright then.
Now's the time.
Do it. I think we're good to go. I think Vermes is likely either going to attack Bitterstone, or we'll bypass entirely to go after Dot Kraz, as it does not have as good of defenses. 2 turns for the Watchtower, which probably wouldn't actually keep them safe. Let's go for the upgrade to, or we can at least repair these buildings here. We'll save for Barakvar, probably. That'd be the best call. She's not doing the best job of keeping them suppressed back there, so hopefully that can increase. Otherwise, we're going to have lots of trouble. Sawmills. Greenskin, Spear Infantry, Bow Infantry, and Chariot units. Sweet. Costs a lot, but it's fantastic. We have to deal with Clan Moors. There are 1 or 2 remaining settlements over here. Zeus. The Gabo Trackers. Night Goblin Trackers venture further afield. We can just leave the Night Gobos out of this. I think. Throw in the heap of shiny stuff here. And then for our armies that are actually closer to home, Zugrak, I'm going to give him some of the ROR. Or maybe just some Explodey Boys. They charge in and blow up. But they don't really show how much damage they do, so maybe we could just do some tests. Let's grab some Super Squigs, and then we'll grab in the Night Gobos here. Infantry squads that we have. Plus the Moon Howlers. All of our ROR units. We needed an army on the fly, now we've got one. Spiky weapons, more armor piercing, liquor flasks for more leadership. We've got 59 leadership. I think the armor piercing damage is probably more worth it, so spiky weapons as far as we can go. Sweet. We are about as set up as we can get. Let's grab... Probably what we want, but let's go on and grab Stranger Danger, because we kind of need all of these to get over on towards the scrap compactor, and we'll save some of our scraps so we can actually grab one of these one-turn researches. Lovely. Skip on through, we don't need any of your outposts, and we'll end the turn.
Feel the power! Gork and Mork welcome news.
Alright, Scorbrand is still friendly with us. He wants a defensive alliance. He's being pushed back by Cetra. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and accept this, because this means we'll be able to get some Coronate soldiers in very soon, but I don't know if Scorbrand's going to survive. Okay, so the enemy failed to spot our ambush. The Kimry soldiers rush on in towards Fred Jawpuncher. Pyrrhic victory would take out our squig herds, rather. You know what? I think we'll go ahead and sacrifice the squig herds. Just it's a bunch of cavalry, and when we have the opportunity to take them down with limited losses, I'm going to go ahead and do so. We lose the squig herds across the board, basically. Works for me. Take the treasury. Gork or Mork, the lads were wondering which of the gods to shout first in the war cry. Some of the boys want to shout Mork because he's brutally cunning, while others want to shout and start with Gork because he's cunningly brutal. Well, it's obviously going to be Gork. Mork just gives us missile strength, weakness. Rictus has been discovered at Mount Silverspear. Who would have guessed? Siege over here at Black Crag. That's Imric, is it not? Well, I'm happy to take that fight defensively, although he's got his Star Dragon now, which could be a bit of an issue. Let's see if the Auto-Resolve likes it. Close defeat. Yeah, I think we can win this one on the field. We just have to keep... Imric is going to be a problem. It'll be we have to break them with army losses. Wherever he lands is going to be devastation and death. Well, no, it'll be a fun battle, though. Let's decline the attack, and he can
That is beneath
charge on us. It's time to call the wall. Ready? Sweet. Well, then. Let's make sure our boys have as many units as we can, so we've lost
I'll crush them
some
all.
with Fred and company, so we may want to wait one turn before calling the Wa. We get extra growth and control for an extra turn. We'll have Fred and Zugrak both come on down to attack this tower here. I think we'll go ahead and... Blue line is good for the upkeep, but we want to make sure he wins his fights.
Start the war.
Not the Wa. Yep, we're gonna keep going forward to boys, make our infantry even more scary. 72 weapon strength on normal Savage Orcs. That's just fantastic to see. Greggy boy, we'll give him a bit more health. 2 more points to his health, maxing on out. Knock our shaman. Probably gonna need to make sure he is actually bringing in some more magical items. 2 points into that.
What?
So Grak, we're gonna give Choppas more weapon strength.
Yes, mate.
And the boy that's running around stealing technology, will give him a better chance to give us more scrollage. Awesome. Alright, Fred, you come on down here and give the Dragonhorn Mines a kick in the neck. Oh, here comes Cetra. Well, that's terrifying. Well, we should probably auto-resolve. We lost 86. That's not too bad. And we'll go ahead and just occupy as is. And what's Cetra's army looking like?
Yours is not to question.
Mine is not to question. This could be much scarier. Obviously, it's not terrifying, but it could be much worse. Let's go into... Okay, bad idea to raid our own lands. Final point into Du Bois. I don't know if they can get much more. I think they were at 71 before, 72. They didn't go much higher there. Kind of amusing. We probably do max out at some point. Pirates would give us some more. I'm thinking we are going to expect an attack from Cetra this next turn here. Let's see if we have the time to get some cavalry to try to counter his. We don't have 2 turns for the Savage Orc Biggins, but we can grab some normal boar boys, replace our squigs. Zugrak here. Maybe we might want to start the Wa just so we have the extra boys. Does it give you credit? We have 20 in the army now. Let's see if it works for science. I know not enough myself, so let's do as much learning as we can. For Zugrak, even though we've got some Night Gobos, these boys are not what we want to use. Let's grab... better. Farmer's probably better for Cetra's forces, because the Doom Kings are going to struggle a little bit. Or actually, that's a tough call. The normies are cheaper, so let's go for the normies with shields. We'll grab 3 of them. Sweet business. Possibly. Hopefully sweet business. Alright, let's come on back over to... get a little bit more gold before we recruit in some more lads. If we lose the Black Crag, our income is going to tank quite aggressively. Kara has moved on up to try to stop us. I do think we want to start the wall then. I do believe it's time. So, who is our target? Emmerich is rank 23, so killing the stinky skinnies would give us more research rate, ammunition, and missile strength. That's not too bad. More for the research rate than anything else. We're not going to declare on Skarsnik. I'm just going to confederate up with him the old-fashioned way. Okay, so you guys count as stinky skinnies as well. That's probably for the Dark Elves too. But Angren is actually somehow stabilized with 1 settlement. That's pretty amusing. Since we don't know really where Emmerich's capital is, his capital is probably in this small area That's quite a ways away. We do need to call the wall, though. Do we just go after the bonies? Push towards Kimry? That's quite a ways away. Man, would it be fun. And give us a challenge. Yeah, let's go for the Kimry. So killing the bonies is going to give us Winds of Magic, extra speed, and extra post-battle loot, all of which we love. So we're going to go ahead and dedicate this to Gork and start the war. Prepare yourself. Okay, so it does count the units you only have recruited, so we've learned science. This is going to be a very pitiful wall army here, but that's okay. Learned the hard way. Now that Icky has a few more troops with him, and some actually pretty good ones, let's actually go after Shakara here. No reason to let her recruit up or rest. Good battle. Good victory will give us. Is this going to be on? No, looks like we will have to. Karak Azul is a major settlement battle here, so you're going to be blanketed in arrows on the way in. However, it is fair to note that the High Elven infantry are terrible. They've got a fair bit of defense, but they will not really do much damage back. If we can absorb those initial volleys with our Idols of Gork, I'd say we have a pretty good chance of making it on in without taking too many losses. Of course, they do have the Arcane Frost Heart Phoenix here, which will slow us down. It imbues itself with magical attacks and ward save. Winds of Magic is above 15. Cool. What kind of spells do you have? Elkoth is going to be a problem, simply because of the amount of... When do you get Transmutation, huh? As a level 1... Lovely you. As a level 1 spellcaster, you get Transmutation of Lead? That's insane. And Arcane Conduit already as well. Fair enough, let's dive on in. Fight the battle. Alright then. How best destroy these dwarven walls that the pinky skinnies are hiding behind? This is probably the best place to attack from. The Eagle Crawl Bolt Thrower is probably back here. There's only 2 towers, and we can probably pretty easily bash through. I say we throw in the Savage Orcs up front. Try to overwhelm one spot. There's not a lot of wall space either, so we're going to get shot at quite a bit on the way in. We'll have the big and rogue idol. He doesn't do too much damage to the towers at all, so we're going to want to make sure he's blasting at infantry. Set him up here. Big and cavalry. We kind of have these guys set up over here instead, just to give the enemy a fright. Just concerned they're gonna be able to get hit from the walls getting there. So let's. Dwarven towns are pretty defensive, just simply because you don't have a lot of space, and they're gonna be shooting at you the entire time. So you have to make your decisions quite quickly. Let's have river trolls up front. You'll outpace their brethren there. Higgins. Behind. And then we can have these other Savage Orcs deciding to go hit this other side if they want, so let's go ahead and throw them in. Very back. They've got more leadership, so they're the ones we want to bring in at the end. So the anti-missiles, Savage Orcs. Icky, do you have any amount of... No. He is not a siege attacker. Good to know. We need to keep him with the cavalry then. Back in the back, otherwise he's going to be fodder for the enemy archers. No. Tough call. Now let's grab the cavalry. Specialized infantry in the biggin. That'll begin. On those walls, lads. Comes the blanket of arrows. Let the boys take as much damage as we can. You dive on it as well. Start launching those rocks at, I'd say, these light armored archers. And then we'll send, for sure, these guys around the other side. Let's get some. Forward, you're launching your rocks. Not doing too much damage. I think the tower's in the way. which is not something I would normally say. Let's go after the Lothran Sea Guard instead.
She's gonna get messy.
Take that gatehouse down. A few orcs have fallen on the way in. Trolls, no models have fallen just yet, but get them in on the gatehouse. Come on, lads. Forward a bit so they can actually lend their aid when the battle gets real. Launching those rocks, but not these guys here. Go over the top. Through those gates. As the gates start to go down, bring everyone closer. Literally the second they go down and in. Our dragon prince is up front, so we gotta be careful. Those are just silver helms, not too bad. Too bad at all. Selves into the fight. Phoenix has come on outside to face us. Fair enough. Send these boys down below. We'll go ahead and have you come on into melee. Let's go after the Eagle Claw. Alright, reinforcements have arrived. Let's go after the Frostfire Phoenix there. Send the boys in. Come on, lads.
Let's get 'em, boys.
Actually give yourself some extra damage against the normal silver helms. Here come the boys from the other side.
Where's the scrap?
Them up and over those walls quick.
Boys, let's have it. Let's go now.
Getting up on the walls looks like. Sweet, they're taking some hits from the towers though, which is there's nothing really we can do about it besides. Push the cavalry through. And really nothing they can do about that one. I'll have the Clubbins take down the Shadow Mage. There's still 11 models left, so let's go ahead and pull back. Let the take the brunt of that. Troll's gonna have to turn around a little bit.
Time for slaughtering.
Dragon Princes need a hug. Your turn to deliver. Frost Spire Phoenix has been destroyed, but our lads on the walls have taken some serious hits. Yeah, such is the way. Dive in with these Dragon Princes quickly. Pretty terrifying unit, but not when they've been trapped like so.
Time for slaughtering.
Drop that Shadow Mage. Lovely. We'll have to get on the walls to the side here. You guys are coming up and around. We'll leave these boys in here, and then the biggins. We'll have them come up, claim this next point. It is indeed war time. Go ahead and send our cavalry in after the next group. Actually, they could go. Oh, those are Dragon Princes. Let's come on back then.
Shifting. We'll do it. Let's get up. Smash him. Find him and kill him. We're off.
Whole bunch of archers. All the way through the gates, man. Get on in there, orcs. Nice hit. That definitely disrupts them. Let's go ahead and charge in with those river trolls. Take down the rest. Get them, get them. The boys are here. Oh, that's gonna be a bonk of the century. Yep, right down his punched his head right down his neck. That's a lot of fun time. They've got a couple of their leadership buff buildings going up. The boys are swarming in now. It's only a matter of time, High Elves. I went out and actually get some bad orders given. All attack forward. We'll go ahead and have the let's start blasting apart archers in the front line here. You start hitting the barricade, they usually will come down to stop you. They don't like it at all.
Go, go, go!
Just normal spearmen. Give them a hug, please. We'll have Icky come on through and go after one of the units marchers up top.
Where's the scrap? Go on then.
Oh, the Dragon Princes went after our clubs. You guys come back for a moment.
We're the green tide. Run, boys. Ready? Please, one more.
Not all of them are up and over the walls just yet. Here come the Dragon Princes. Now, let's go ahead and give them a return charge.
Green tide.
They really don't like our large units here. It's too late, though. Victory is ours. The River Trolls almost were slain, and the Dragon Princes got one charge and quickly turned and ran. Discretion being the better part of valor. I mean, they did wear through the missile resistance eventually, but they did pretty well shrugging off those missiles on the way in. Elves would be very sad to see it. We'll take the 4,000 gold and we'll sack the settlement. Please. Sorry, Karak Azul, that's a ton of gold. We need it. And then can we turn back around and hit the stump pit as well? Ah, I mean, it'd be too great, wouldn't it? We're gonna go ahead and go into a raiding camp then, sit right here. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and combine up some of Vicky's forces and give him some allied recruitment. I'd love to get some of these animated hulks. Or even just some more man-eater pistols. These guys did pretty well for themselves last time, and since they actually are taller than all of our greenskins, they can fire right over their heads with those pistols and dive in with those gigantic cutlasses, which is a ton of fun. You could also just get some gun mob with hand cannons, but I think they're just a little bit too slow to keep up with our lads, so we will not. And Sartosa Militia are just what they are, so man-eater pistols it is, although it takes 2 turns to get them. Oh, wait. I'm kind of confused as to why she's getting the man-eaters. Is that a recent change that the Vampire Coast gets access to the ogres? Interesting.
Go, send me to battle.
Well, Icky, our savage war boss, will give you 2 more points into the boys. Make them absolute monsters. Up to 77 weapon strength. Yeah, it's just the best. Absolutely is. You guys keep raiding.
Them all.
Honestly, let's go ahead and, said I was going to combine some boys up. Let's go ahead and do it. We lose to scrap upgrades, but I think that's alright. We'll go ahead and combine here.
Start the wall.
Combine them up a few more times.
This is my land.
They're already recruited, replenishing back to full, but we can make sure. If we lost 2 more units, we can replace them with 2 of the biggins. We've already got some clubs. Let's grab some just normal biggins for more anti-large. We're great against the Dragon Princes. My Skaven building. Definitely need the Wurzzag's stakes. Large stakes of pointy wood and ramshackle defenses of timber and bone are surprisingly effective. Surpassingly effective. You're launching giant dung balls at the enemy as they charge on in. Perfect. That is the best way to disrespect your enemy after all. What else do we need here? Besides the obvious raid and stashes. Honestly, it's probably a good idea to get in a big boss. We don't have a goblin big boss just yet. This will allow us to at least recruit one in, and then we can go finally for best call here would be get in the forest goblin building, but that's a little bit far away. We could get 4 boys or just the colossal squigs. I think the call is the toolbox for a bit more research rate and possibly some Doomdiver catapults later on. Rod Tommen doesn't matter all that much. Except for the ability to keep it safe, so our Forest Tier 5 settlement is nowhere near our main. Such is the way. Can we deal with Emmerich the old-fashioned way? No. I was hoping it would change in between. Maybe sometimes. Alright, Wurzzag. Let's deal with these stunties.
Killing time.
See you later, Ragni. We'll go after Grimly, I guess, instead. Decisive win. You had better be very kind to me in this decisive win. Yoink. That's not kind at all. Ouch. We lost quite a few. I will go ahead and claim this back for Wurzzag. Thank you, please. What, Ragni now has himself the Arachnarok spider? Where's his big, chunky self at? Oh, interesting. The rat went after Matorka. That wasn't a move I was expecting at all. Karak is destroyed. Headsman. Less control and less leadership. Boss's Bowl here, the gem mine. Extra pointy stakes. I think it's probably a good idea to definitely get some more raid and stashes. Or post-battle loot faction-wide is never bad. Here, we're going to go for the Shaman's Hut as well. Try to see what Rack looks like on his spider web. Shrine. Let's go ahead and go in the... We'll go March.
Oh, yes.
Bunch of gobos. We'll have him chase after Vermis. We just want to be careful. Because in March stance, if we get ambushed, I think even our squad here is going to get annihilated by Rattling guns. That'd be abysmal.
I'm special.
I jump into Barkvar. Really, not quite. Okay. Oh, then.
Anything you say.
Let's go this direction.
On it.
Look at it. It's beautiful. I cannot wait to see what kind of buffs and debuffs this thing passes out. So we get what? Don't even try it. If we get anything new. Oh, maybe not. He already had a Ragnarok eggs. Does he get more? No, there's nothing new. He gets firewalls moving, so there must be some lads blasting some stuff as he runs around. Yeah, he's got some, oh, some decent missile strength. The 100 range, not bad. That could be better. We're definitely going to need Dodgy Geezer, though, since we're now on a gigantic spider shrine. We'll need all of the missile resistance we can get. Can't wait to send Raknik into battle, then. We definitely need to get him all kitted up with only forest gobos. Wurzzag. Really, there's not a lot to go for anymore, except for maybe more money from sacking. Bellower to get more leadership aura. Let's grab the final point into Brain Bursta. Very good at clearing out very lightly armored chaff and archers, so definitely take it. Larry Lowkicka, the absolute champion. Give him some health. Right then, and with that victory over the Dawi in our soon-to-be battle against Imric, I'm out of time for today. I've been at Space Was a Total War. Remember to leave a like for the Light God and a sub for the Subthon. I'll see you on the next one.